In 1967, the country was nearing the height of the hippie movement. Drugs, of course, were omnipresent, and many were experimenting with new forms of spirituality. On the fringes of this exploration, the adventurers toyed with rituals of magic and dark forces. This wasn't for everyone, but even those who weren't young or open or daring enough to experiment with these practices would have been aware of the movement. Robert Evans was 37 years old in 1967 when he was appointed head of production at Paramount. He was fully aware of the cultural upheaval around him when the galley proofs for Ira Levin's second novel, Rosemary's Baby, came across his desk. Hollywood types are experimental by nature, and Evans immediately saw the cultural fit. He decided to make Rosemary's Baby his first project in his new role. Evans had admired Polish director Roman Polanski's exacting, stylized films, and quickly signed him to direct and adapt a screenplay for the project. The two then set about assembling a cast and crew. At Evans' suggestion, Polanski met with Mia Farrow, then best known for her role on the primetime soap opera Peyton Place. Evans quickly came to appreciate Farrow's talents and enthusiastically brought her on. Almost every other major hire the two made worked out perfectly. The end product is universally acknowledged as a genre masterpiece. But other factors, many beyond the control of the filmmakers, contributed to the movie's success and impact. For starters, Levin's novel, his first in 14 years, was a sensation. It entered the New York Times bestseller list in June of 1967. It remained there for 41 weeks, just a few weeks shy of the film's May 1968 release. And those who somehow had no knowledge of the book would certainly have heard about the drama surrounding the making of the film. Farrow was the 23-year-old daughter of an Oscar winner and a movie star mother. 2 years earlier, she had married Frank Sinatra, then 30 years her senior. Farrow was set to co-star in Sinatra's film The Detective, but production delays on Rosemary's Baby kept her from joining her husband. Sinatra was furious and served her with divorce papers on the set of Rosemary's Baby, which she immediately signed. To make things even more interesting, the divorced couple's films were released on the same day, May 29, 1968. One can only imagine the frenzy that would have surrounded these events if they happened today. TMZ might have exploded. But even in 1968, this would have been the subject of fascination for many. This was also a time when the country was in desperate need of the distractions a well-made horror movie could offer. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated 8 weeks before the movie's release, and Bobby Kennedy was killed 8 days after. Rosemary's Baby, without a known director or bankable star, spent 4 weeks that summer as the highest-grossing film in the country. It cost $1.4 million to produce and made $30 million at the box office, an equivalent of nearly $250 million today. Like most films with an enduring cultural impact, Rosemary's Baby is more than the product of smart business and creative decisions. It's a movie that was perfect for its moment in time.